Hello, how you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well. I have a quick story for you guys about 2020. Around January 2020, I had spoken to my sisters and my mom, and I was like, guys, let's open up a grocery store business. Let's open up a restaurant because whatever season of life, people always need food. People always need something to eat. And that year I was upgrading, and like everybody was just saying, you focus on your schoolwork, and you go to university the next year. So I couldn't really say anything, so I kept quiet. And then around August, my mom had passed away, and we had received some money from people. And so we're like, what are we gonna do with this money? And we were aware that my mom had gotten a shop the previous year, 2019, and she had plans to sell materials and clothing, but she didn't really get her hands onto doing that. So it was an empty shop, and this is when I was like talking to my sisters and my dad, and we were like, and I was like, let's open up a grocery store. That's a good business for us to do. So with the money that we people had contributed, we invested into a grocery store. But like for a long time, we had like a handful of customers, and around that time we weren't even really making money. We were actually losing money, and it was around that time to which my sister, my elder sister, was paying rent for us, and not only was she paying rent for us, she bought stock for us, like the groceries, like the bulk products that we needed for the business. She was buying that for us. And then not only that, she paid us to work. She didn't pay us to work, but she paid us for the work that we had done. And nobody had told her like this is what you must do. Like we didn't say you must buy us, you must invest for us. We didn't say you must pay us for the work that we are doing. From the hard earned money that she made, she did that for us. And looking back, I'm very grateful that the care and the love, and just being there for us. It's when I think about it and think about what they went through, and it's you feel the love, I guess. So yeah, the business is growing slowly. People are becoming aware of who we are and our presence there. But it's going slowly. So me and the city that comes after me, we're in the business. We're trying to improve it, and we're trying our best. And then around 2023, we thank God she got a job, and that was all good and great. And it was around like 2022 to 2023, the business kind of like it went from a small business to a big business overnight. And I had not grown to the level to which I could handle a business like that. I had never seen so much money, and expenses from everywhere started coming. Like I have to pay this, I have to pay that, and by the end of the month, you see you have got so many expenses, and you're not seeing any money come through. Even though we're making money, and even though um yeah, there was growth, it was just more or less poor management on my side, really. And before my sister had gotten that job, she was like, Junior, I can't wait until I get a job so that I can invest in the business, and the struggles that were going on in business, we won't have to experience them anymore. And I was like, wow, okay, that's good. So when she got the job, I was happy, not because she can, you know, provide for the business, but because God was calling her for something else, and it was not her passion, the way it was my passion. So I was really happy about that. So it was at this time where it's like it's piling up. I'm facing attacks from every direction: spiritual attacks, financial attacks, relationships attacking, all sorts of different things, and it became too much to me, to which I wasn't able to manage the business properly, and I found myself in kind of like a situation. And it's around that time to which she actually ended up giving her whole salary every month to handle my problems that I'm facing. Guys, I said her whole salary, and the money that I made during the day, the money I made during that time, like at the end of the day, we'd use it for like transportation and food and stuff like that. So if I didn't make money or whatever, that would be like a tough time for us. Her whole salary. There'd be times where I'd be crying and coming to her at the end of the day and say, again, I face another situation. And the next day I'd come again and I face another situation. Because around that time we were going home together. So, I'd just be telling her everything that was going on. And she'd be like, what? Again, another problem. But, she had a good job. She just got a new job. She's on this high. Everything is working well. Everything is going in her favor. And she's coming and hearing about Junior's problems. And it wasn't like, I know you handle your problem. That's your own thing. But it's like she was there for me, and the pain that I felt was the pain that she felt. And that's how we were brought up. The joys of your siblings are the joys of you, and the pain of your siblings are the pain of your pains as well. And around 4 to 5 months, the financial situation that I got myself into, she got me out of that. And I think I'm gonna title this video, "The reason I'm here is because of my sisters." The reason why I'm able to make these videos and live the life I'm living right now is because of my sisters. It's because of the hard work that they went through. They held my hand through the struggles. Um, you know, so many problems. And it was even situations where you know when we'd get home, we'd just put our bags down and we'd go to my room and we'd pray. We'd pray for things to change in my life and all of the problems that I was facing for them to come to an end. When my mother and my father passed away, it was a hard time, but it wasn't as hard as we thought it was going to be because we had each other and because of the love that we have for each other. So this video is more for me to say, if you have siblings, be with them, be close to them. The pain that they feel should be the pain that you feel, and the joy that they feel should be the joy that they feel. It is our job as siblings to carry the burdens for each other, and you know each of us are in our own different situations to which maybe you have mistreated your siblings and maybe they are hard towards you. You have to come in the place of prayer and say, God, may you soften their heart towards me. And it's a spirit of patience, just like to continue to show them love, to continue to show them that you are sorry for the wrongs that you're doing. Or maybe you have mistreated your sibling. You have to come to God and say, God, may they forgive my heart. Oh, sorry, what I'm trying to say is, or they have mistreated you. You have to come to God and ask God, may you soften your heart towards them, you know, because I don't know where I would be without my sisters. I don't know where I would be without them. Um, what else do I want to say? Sometimes it's even like their character doesn't make sense, and I'm gonna leave them. You know, I call for each and every single one of us, like pray for them, say God, maybe our siblings is away from God, or the way that they're behaving, or the way they're doing things, or they're causing shame to our name. You have to come to God and say, God, help me to be there for them. Help me to be there. Pray for them in your prayer. Or you are the sibling who is just mischievous and causing problems in your family. You know, come to God and say, God, I need to be there for my family, but the way that I'm behaving, the way I'm holding myself is separating myself from them. And even maybe like you don't even have siblings. Go and be a sister to somebody. Go and be a brother to somebody. I think we see in the Bible with the story of Joseph, how his brothers had mistreated him and they had done all of that. But at the end, he said, it is not you who made me suffer this, but it was God to bring us together. And we see what happened with Joseph. Joseph freed his family, and that's the power of siblings. Joseph freed his family, and your family could be your friend, your mother-in-law, whatever. It's just be close to somebody, love somebody is what I'm trying to say. Carry the burdens of other people, carry the joys of other people. And we see the story of Naomi and Ruth, how she stood by her and said, I'm not going to leave your side. She had no reasons to remain, but she said, I'm going to stay here. And what happened? Her life changed, and The joys of one became the joys of another, and the pain of one became the pain of another. Um, Life is too short to say that. Sorry, there's so much light here. Can I? Sorry. Life is too short to say that I'm going to hold grudges to my siblings. Life is too short to say that I'm going to be separate from the people who are close to me and who love me. God is calling us for something greater. God is calling for us for something more. Um, to my sisters, I love you. I love you so much. The reason I'm here is because of you. The reason I'm here is because you saved me. The reason I'm here is because of what our parents taught us in terms of how to behave and to love. So my closing message is love your brothers, love your sisters, be with them. Find other people who you can be their brothers and be their sisters and be with them. And this is not even about me talking about helping people financially. It's like there were so many different things that we have done as siblings for each other, coming together and praying for each other, you know. Sometimes it's just that, just getting on the call with them and asking them, how are you doing? What's going on? What are the struggles that you're going with? What are the struggles you're going on with? What are the struggles you're facing? What is going well? You know, being there for them, feeling their joy, being present for them. Peace out, guys. Have a good week. Day, sorry. I'll be back tomorrow.